the land of 10,000 lakes. Today, host to just 4 teams remaining in the Spikeball College National Championship. We're coming to you live from Blaine, Minnesota, just north of the Twin Cities, as Texas and Clemson take each other on in the semifinals here. And we'll head right into the B team matchup. We have Gazi Okenu and John Phillips of the Texas Longhorns taking on Branson Epps and Stephen Jones of the Clemson Tigers. It'll be Epps to serve first, opting for the split stance and stepping out to his right. First serve lips just high. Bennett, going to be an exciting day today.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, man. We got a lot of great matchups, a lot of good Roundnet content coming your way. It's going to be a great time.
I'm Henry Pilliard on play-by-play alongside my partner Bennett Anderson today. And Epps double faulting the first point, so the Longhorns hold to start. It'll be Okenu to serve first for Texas. Okenu likes to step out for a strong righty cut and reverse combo. This time we'll try righty cut, but it lips just high. Jones opting not to play it. To start things off here in the semifinals, we have the B teams taking each other on, as well as the women's, which we'll check in with occasionally. As Gazi goes for a reverse, barely handled by Jones, but a nice recovery set from Epps. Absolutely. As Jones flicks it away.
And that's just a great hold right there. Amazing put away by Clemson. Even things out, 1-1.
So Jones to serve now towards Okenu. Faking left and right. Opts for his dominant left hand. Misses wildly, though. Steps back out to his left. Goes for the righty off the front rim. Another double fault. So it'll be Phillips to serve for his first time in the match. After these B team and women's teams finish out their matches, it'll be AC and co-ed taking the field. Currently on the women's matchup, it looks like Texas has a strong 12-9 lead as Phillips' first serve catches the front rim. Now Phillips steps out to his right, misses again, another double fault. So they go around the horn with 4 holds, and the ball will go back to Epps. Epps going for another wide split stance. Steps out to his left. Going lefty, and it's wider than Phillips could ever get to. Crazy serve there from Branson Epps.
Unbelievable. The first break of the game, and that's just a great way to start. Great way to start.
So the first break of the game comes on a no-touch lefty cut from Branson Epps. Just a phenomenal serve there from the Tiger. So they'll rotate around the net at 3-2 now in favor of Clemson. Epps can just be so deadly from that 7-foot line. Goes for a righty cut. It's wide, but Okenu's there. Now he booms it. Jones chasing it down, barely touches it. Epps setting it high, but Jones just too far from the net to get back.
And that's just a huge hit out of Okenu right there. Tough to get that one back to the net, even with 3 touches.
What a receive from Okenu there. That was a wide cut serve from Branson Epps.
That's a great hold.
Now Okenu will try to respond with a break of his own. He's faking left and right. Goes for righty cut off the front rim. Looks like Clemson will opt to play this. Epps goes for a nice open shot right between the defense of Okenu and Phillips.
1, 2, 3 put away for Clemson. That's what they need.
Looks like someone from Texas might have just thrown a ball out of play, off the field, that they didn't want Clemson serving with. A little bit of jeering going on between the two squads. I'd love to see some animosity to fire things up here today, Bennett.
Absolutely. I mean, they're both getting into it. Semifinals, Sunday, always different when you're playing on the second day of a tournament. The vibes are high, and it's different out here. And they're getting the ball back, it looks like.
Looks like
Clemson's preferred ball, if he can get it over the net.
Owen Littman on the A team for Clemson, running all the way around off the field to retrieve that ball for the Tigers. Don't see that very often.
Now, Henry, I don't know if you would do the same, but if it were me, I would opt to not play with that ball personally. It looks very grippy.
Yeah.
Seems like it's seen a lot of use, maybe practice.
A ball that seems very inducive to a serve ball game, which, depending on your view on Roundnet, might not be the most fun type of game to watch.
I mean, I'm here for all the highlights, don't get me wrong, but we got to play with standard material here. Don't want either team having an advantage.
It'll be Jones to serve once we get back into the action. Looks like there's some debate going on about whether it's a fair ball to use. And
now they're looking our way.
Looks like they're asking for some rules help. It'll be Andrew Gasway heading out there to settle this debate. Andrew Gasway, the man of innumerable talents, really. One of them including being able to decide whether a ball is fair to use in the semifinals of college nationals. Excited to see his ruling here.
Yeah.
Seems like Gasway ruling that it's a ball just like any others, just because it's maybe more grippy and a little bit softer than other balls doesn't mean it's unfair to use. I think that's a fair ruling from Gasway. So Jones steps out left, goes for a lefty cut off the front rim. Nice to get back into some action here, Bennett, after quite a long delay there.
That was an unusual delay. You can't expect those too often, but here goes Jones up for his second serve.
So Jones serving up 4-3. Goes for a righty cut. That one catches the front rim as well. Another double fault for Stephen Jones. So that knots things back up at 4 apiece. John Phillips to serve. Phillips steps out. Righty cut off the front rim. A lot of faults so far this game, Ben, and I can't help but think that maybe, coming off a long day yesterday, waking up early today, going right into the action, maybe these players are going to need some time to warm up.
Absolutely. I mean, it can be tough playing on a Sunday after you spent the whole Saturday playing, trying to sleep in a city that's not your own, and here we go with the put on serve.
And it looks like Clemson's going to call high. And Phillips disagrees.
He'll take second again here.
So John Phillips for his second serve. Steps out right again. Looked like a righty cut, maybe righty jam, but lips up. That one's definitely high. No debate on that one. So another double fault between these two teams. As Branson Epps will take the line again. Up 5-4. Last time he had the ball in his hands. Generated the first break of the game. That time goes for a righty. Ooh. That time goes for a righty reverse, but just lips high. Now the women's game looks like it's getting a lot stiffer here. It's 18-17 in favor of Clemson. Nice comeback there after being down 12-9 for the women's team. Ghazi handles that jam serve well from Epps, and the lefty open shot splits the defense. And Stephen Jones dumbfounded. Looked like he was positive that hit was rim, but none of the other three players thought so, so that'll be a hold for the Longhorns. Players will rotate at 5 apiece. And a jam serve from Okenu, mishandled by Epps. It'll be Texas's first break of the game. They'll take the lead right back at 6-5. Okenu maybe looking to get things going for the Longhorns. Gonna go for righty cut, and it's handled poorly by Jones, but a diving recovery set from Epps isn't quite enough, as Jones's wild swing from 8 feet off is not successful. Another break generated by Okenu.
And Henry, you mentioned it earlier, these players are warming up their serves. We've seen a couple double faults, but serve receive is also another part of the game that takes a while to warm up. And sometimes this is your first time seeing a server like this. It can be tough to handle. Okenu's got a lot in his bag.
Okenu stepping out right again. Goes for another jam, but Epps handles it better this time. But a great touch from Okenu with the right hand, and he soft touches it, and Phillips puts it away, again splitting the defense of the Tigers. Phenomenal soft touch from Okenu.
a huge break from Texas, and they're pulling a lead early in the game. We got 8-5 now.
Looked like Epps tried to pull it past Okenu, but the right hand, as he stuck it out, just touches the ball perfectly straight up into the air. Now Okenu, another serve, righty cut, handled by Jones. Another up by Okenu. Phillips sets way off, but Okenu, lefty wrap, puts it on. Now Epps the swing, that lefty, a little bit better than Okenu's. He puts it away, Bennett.
And that's absolutely huge for Clemson there. They needed to stop Texas from pulling out too many breaks in a row, keeping some momentum in the game.
And as that's happening, Clemson, the women's team, generating a break at 20-19 to complete the comeback and win that first game 21-19. The Clemson crowd going crazy for it. Now Okenu opting to play this bad serve, but Phillips doesn't want to, so he'll catch that ball and give the ball back to Stephen Jones for his second serve. As Clemson now trailing 6-8 after those nice breaks from Okenu. Phillips with a nice set. Jones is there with the body, but the touch just too far away for him to get to.
And they're both in really good spots there defensively, I think. I wouldn't change much if I were Clemson. It looked like a really good opportunity.
John Phillips to serve, now up 9-6. That serve going to lip too high for Epps to play it. Now Phillips lining up the second serve, steps out right once again. Righty cut, going to be played by Clemson. Okenu going deep for that pull from Epps, but Epps has just got a little bit too much angle for Okenu to get there. Now the ball back in the hands of the deadly Epps. Epps going for righty reverse. Phillips with a great left hand to get it up. And the set from Okenu isn't great, but John Phillips with an amazing diving wrap. That was a phenomenal hit, Bennett.
Just a great hit, absolutely. And with Clemson's favorite ball, so it's nice to hit that one maybe out of the way a little bit so they can't use it for a second here.
That's a great observation there, Bennett. So now Okenu will serve up 10-7 after Phillips with an amazing recovery hit. Okenu steps out right, faking. Righty, lefty, righty reverse, no touches, Stephen Jones. Okenu, are you kidding me?
Oh, my. And that ball, while it had an absurd amount of spin, also came off unbelievably low at the knees of Jones.
Stephen Jones, a good 2 feet from receiving that ball. Gazi Okenu catching fire early on this morning. Now Okenu serving to Epps this time. Steps out right again, going with some light fakes. Goes for another righty reverse, it looked like, but catches the front rim. This Texas crowd getting fired up now, up 11-7. Okenu steps out right again. Righty jam off the left hand of Epps, and he can't handle it. So another ace for Gazi Okenu. And the wise jam serve will generate his second break in a row to make it 12-7 in favor of the Longhorns. Okenu now faking again, goes for a quick righty cut. Looked like he might have had Jones with the fakes, but that serve catches the front rim. No good. Okenu's second. Righty cut, lips up. No good. Double fault for Okenu. But can't be upset if you're the Longhorns after those 2 great breaks from Gazi Okenu.
And that's huge, but also good for Clemson keeping it 8-12. It's a manageable comeback. You know, they're not out of this game. They just got to get it all together, put the pieces where they should be, and start finding some breaks of their own.
And we know what these players from Clemson can do from the 7-foot line, Bennett. This game is never out of reach for them.
Absolutely.
So Stephen Jones with his first serve to Okenu. Goes for a lefty cut. That one lipping high as well. Longhorns not playing it. It'll be Jones' second. Steps out to his left this time. Faking back and forth. Goes for a righty cut. Just high once again. Another double fault here for Stephen Jones. So the ball will be in the hands of John Phillips as Texas leads 13-8 now. John Phillips stepping out to his right for his first serve. Goes for a righty cut. Off the front rim, though. Here's a second. Phillips. Righty jam. Nice receive there from Epps. He goes for a righty push flick. A great shot there from Epps. Just a wise choice. Seeing that Okenu was far off and Phillips was covering the lefty pole. The righty push flick. Just a perfect shot there, Bennett.
Absolutely. If you can get it away, no touch from the defender, why not do it?
So now Epps steps out to his right, serving to Phillips. Goes for a lefty cut. Just misses it off the bottom of his hand into the front rim. He'll opt for the wide split step for the second serve as well. Steps out left again. The righty jam is handled well by Phillips. And the lefty pull is perfect as Stephen Jones trying to run around for the wrap defense, couldn't get there.
And a bit of an uncomfortable receive there, but handled very well by Texas. Can't ask for much more.
So now it's Okenu again. His cut serve is handled by Jones. And a great push shot from Stephen Jones. Splits the defense of Texas. Nice 1-2-3 hold there for the Tigers. Gets them back to 10-14. And we'll head into a split stream here. You can watch both the B team and the women's team simultaneously. The women's game, or the women's match in their second game of the series. Clemson taking the first game. As Stephen Jones with a wide righty cut. Okenu barely getting to. And the set from Phillips not quite good enough for Okenu to put on the net. And a nice break generated there by Stephen Jones.
And that's huge for Clemson. You need some momentum heading into the second half of this game. It's time for Stephen to start finding his rhythm. Same with Epps.
As Huffstetler puts a huge serve on the net against Jordan Sue with a nice ace to open things up for Clemson. They take a 3-1 lead.
And there's Jones with another ace. Going with the righty cut there.
Stephen Jones with a wide righty cut on John Phillips. Trying to get Clemson back in this game. They're down by just 2 now, 12-14. Still in favor of the Longhorns, but seems like momentum shifting towards the Tigers. Jones steps out. To his right, the lefty cut will lip up. And another break generated by Maddie Huffstetler in the women's match. We should mention that the scoreboard on the stream, only for the B game, the women's score not on your screen currently. But Clemson up 4-1 after some nice breaks from Maddie Huffstetler in the second game of the women's match.
And a clutch hit on 2 there from the Longhorns in the women's game. And the Longhorns up to serve in the B matchup.
Here's John Phillips. They're up 15-12 after that hold. Serving to Branson Epps. Righty swing from Phillips into the front rim. Texas can generate a couple breaks here. It seems like it might seal the game, Bennett.
Absolutely. I mean, 15-12. Tigers are clawing their way back. This is when you want to put it away if you can.
And Branson Epps with a massive push shot there. Okenu barely touching it. Tried to look for the soft touch, but couldn't locate the ball for the second touch. So it'll be Branson Epps to serve, down 13-15. Clutch hold there from the Tigers. Epps lefty cut wide again.
Goodness.
John Phillips unable to get out to it. A wild lefty cut from Branson Epps. He did it at the start of the game to open things up for the Tigers, Bennett. Doing it now to get them back within 1 point of the Longhorns.
This is huge, and you don't want this man at the 7-foot line. If you're Texas receiving this.
That righty cut wide again, but Okenu steps out for it, and a nice pull shot there from Okenu after the buttery set from Phillips.
Great righty pull there, finding the space and using that dive to find an angle on the net that makes it so tough for the defense. Absolutely huge for Texas. They needed to stop it before things got out of hand and take the ball out of Branson Epps' hands.
Yeah, that's a clutch receive and hold to kill the momentum from the Tigers. So Texas up 16-14 now with Okenu serving. Okenu righty cut, received by Epps. Goes for a pull shot. Okenu with a great touch. Phillips diving set. Almost back to the net, but not quite good enough. Great effort there from Phillips after the nice finger touch from Okenu.
Great touch there. In great spots. That's just a very, very difficult set to make. Diving away from the net, trying to put it back where your partner can get it. And now we have Stephen Jones up to serve. 16-15 in favor of Texas.
Jones steps out right, lefty cut off the front rim. And I'll mention, in the women's match, Texas opting for a timeout early on with Clemson racing out to an 8-2 lead to open things up. Huge run from the Tigers as Jones righty cut. Phillips is there, though. Now Phillips chorns it, but it's handled by Jones, and a great pull shot from Branson Epps. That one didn't get more than 2 feet off the ground, Bennett. Are you kidding?
Wow, and that soft touch by Jones there, unbelievable. Putting his body in a great position, keeping his eyes on the ball, tracking it down, making the set for Epps to put away in great fashion.
And the clutch defensive break for the Tigers knots things up back at 16 apiece. Now Jones lefty cut. It's too wide.
Goodness.
Never had a chance. Stephen Jones, are you kidding?
With the left hand.
The fakes getting to Okenu just a little bit too much. Okenu jumped for the right after that nice feign from Stephen Jones, but the lefty cut so wide, so jumpy, so fast.
And now Texas opting for that up. Yeah.
With Clemson taking a 17-16 lead in that game. Now over to the women's game. Clemson leading that one 9-3. It's Maddie Huffstetler to serve. Going for the split stance. So he steps out right. That righty swing off the front rim. If you're the Tigers here in the women's match, you probably don't feel like you need to generate any breaks right now, and the important thing is holding. But a few breaks would never hurt you. It looks like there was some
type of fault on the serve there.
Yeah. Off the front rim, I believe, for Huffstetler on the second. So it'll be Jordan Sue to serve for the Longhorns. That righty serve underneath the net. It'll be second for Sue. That one's clean. Clemson will play it. And an offset by Huffstetler means Grace Lambert unable to get it back to the net.
And you just mentioned it, Henry. Holding here is what's really important for Clemson. Once you get a nice lead, you don't have to do anything too crazy. Now Texas trying to claw their way back in, down 5-9. Sue's second serve coming up here.
Lining up with Huffstetler. Sue steps out right. And that's sort of a lip up. So a little bit of momentum for the Longhorns, killed quickly by that double fault. And it'll be Grace Lambert to serve. And we'll head back to the split stream here with Stephen Jones up to serve, up 17-16. And the righty cut from Jones. Lefty, righty, doesn't matter for Stephen Jones. He'll beat you wide either way.
He's losing his mind out there, just getting so hyped in these college Spikeball semifinals.
And that's part of what makes this tournament so exciting, Bennett. Watching the squad just get so excited for each player on the net.
Absolutely, but there's nothing better than hitting that no-touch ace and just seeing the celebration on Jones's face.
So the timeout from Texas proving unsuccessful. The lefty cut that time.
Oh, my gosh.
Than Okenu. Texas maybe thinking high, but doesn't look like they're going to call it. And 3 no-touch serves in a row for Stephen Jones.
He is a
left,
man,
then right, then left.
Man on a mission right now. Single-handedly taking this game from locked at 16, now up 16-19.
Jones, righty cut this time. Just a little bit too high.
Texas needs an answer to Jones very quickly if they want to stay in this first game.
The Tigers, all of a sudden, 19-16 lead after being down 16-14. That time the righty cut from Jones doesn't touch the net. Bennett, we might have to start calling Stephen Jones the military server. Left, right, left, right.
He's got it all in there.
And a nice break for the Clemson women's team there. They're up 14-5 now. Absolutely dominant performance in game 2. John Phillips, his first serve, will lip just high.
And Clemson opting not to play it. I thought Jones had a great receive there, but we'll see what they think about the second serve.
Phillips stepping out right, almost losing his balance. And the righty cut, no good, so a smart choice to not play that first serve by the Tigers. So now it's game point for Clemson, up 20-17. Branson Epps up to serve. Can he handle the moment, Bennett?
You know, in this scenario, once Stephen Jones has done all that work, getting them up 20-17, he doesn't need to do anything crazy here. Worst case scenario, they lose this point, and then you just need one hold to close this thing out.
Epps wide step out right, goes for a nasty righty cut, but just goes for a bit too much angle, misses the net. And on the women's side, the Longhorns. That's Ainsley Ford with a nice righty jam on Grace Lambert to ace. As they look to get some momentum to get back into that one. Down 7-14 now. And the reverse from Epps is handled by Okenu and is hit off the body of Epps into the ground. So a clutch hold there from the Longhorns to keep themselves in it, with Okenu at the 7-foot line trying to knock things back up, force this one into extras. Okenu goes for righty reverse. Epps is barely there. And a nice set from Jones means that one's put away to end game one. The Clemson Tigers fighting their way back into it and taking it 21-18. Some clutch serving from Stephen Jones as well as Branson Epps. Both of them doing their part to take game one in the B team matchup.
And Clemson is fired up. If you're Texas, that's an unfortunate way for game one to go. Kind of let that one slip out. Okenu right at the end there put on a great righty reverse. Just handled so well by Clemson, showing that they are able to receive their best serves, and they're not going down without a fight. That's a great showing from Clemson in game one of the B.
Now we'll shift our focus into the women's game. 15-8 in favor of Clemson currently. It's Maddie Huffstetler at the service line. It'll be her second. Serving to Jordan Sue. Righty swing. Lips high once again. Double fault for Huffstetler. Ball will be in the hands of Jordan Sue. Down 9-15. They need some breaks, and they need them soon, Bennett. Sue steps out. The jam service received nicely by Huffstetler, and the high lefty hit over the body of Jordan Sue. Nice 1-2-3 hold from the Tigers. Now Grace Lambert steps out to her right. That jam serve is received nicely by Ford. And the lefty,
what a touch.
Upped by Lambert. The set from Huffstetler is good enough for Lambert to get it back on. And the touch from Sue, not in the range of Ainsley Ford. What a defensive break there from the Clemson Tigers.
That was absolutely insane. Going out to get that ball back, just putting it on there, and a little bit of a mishit from Texas, but a great rally. And now Clemson pulling away with this thing.
And that righty is a great jam serve from Grace Lambert, mishandled by Jordan Sue. It's an ace for Lambert. Clemson doing it both ways, serving, defense. They just can't be stopped right now. 18-9 for the Tigers. Now Lambert second. Ford heavily favoring the right side, the right hand on receive. The lefty swing looks like it was off the rim, and it was. Another break for the Tigers. 19-9 now, Bennett.
Just no answer.
Pure dominance for Clemson. This time stepping out to her left. Swings lefty, but it's handled by Sue, and the set from Ford.
Wow.
Not enough time for Jordan Sue to get there. It doubles on the net. 20-9 now for Clemson. This one's seems to be wrapped up, Bennett.
Yeah, down 9-20, there's just not much you can do.
Lambert's second serve. Wide righty stance into the front rim. So a double fault, 10-20 now. Ainsley Ford to serve. She goes for the split stance. Good 6 inches from the service line. Don't see that very often.
Gonna note that as well. It is interesting, but to each player their own, and that's what makes serving so cool to watch. Is every player has a little bit of different mojo.
That lefty swing is clean. Lambert will have to play it. The Chorn is touched by Ford, and it's a nice set from Sue, and a great righty push shot from Ainsley Ford. Puts the ball away cleanly, and that's a defensive break for the Longhorns, down 11-20. Bennett, I said this game might be wraps, but the Longhorns looking to gain some momentum, maybe claw their way back into it.
I mean, even if it doesn't matter this game, finding these breaks now, like what they're doing, another serving ace here from Ford. Finding these breaks towards the end of game two can be so helpful.
And that's a clutch swing from Ford there. Nice lefty cut. Huffstetler unable to handle it. Now Ainsley Ford going for the instep cut. Off the back rim. Looked like Lambert wanted to play it. Huffstetler didn't feel comfortable setting it, though. So she'll give Ford her second serve. That's a clean righty swing. It's a nice set from Huffstetler. Lambert chorns it again, but Ford is there again. And it's a great set from Sue, but Ford unable to get it back onto the net. That'll wrap things up for game two as the Clemson Tigers will take the women's side of this semifinals. The first point decided in this squad matchup.
And they are hyped, rightfully so. Not much better than winning a game in that fashion. But here we got a rally on the boys' side. B starting off game 2.
And it looks like Clemson going to call Phillips hit rim. Not much disagreement there from the Longhorns. A nice rally. Unfortunately, finishes with a missed hit. Not what you always want to see, Bennett. You like to see those long rallies.
Yeah, just let them play out. You know, sometimes it can be a little tacky. And from our spot, it's tough to see. It's tough to see that hit going into the rim. But now we have Jones up to serve.
Phillips wanting to play that off the front rim, but Okenu disagreeing. Opts to catch it instead. It's 1-0 in favor of Clemson. Stephen Jones, who had such a great run towards the end of last game and in the first game of the series. Double faulting there. So John Phillips now to serve at 1 apiece. Steps out to his right. Righty cut, finds its way underneath the net. He'll take second. Second serve also into the front rim. Double fault to open things up for Phillips. 2-1 now for Clemson. Branson Epps up to serve. Epps, wide split stance, goes left. Lefty cut, will lip high. Okenu looking to try to play it.
And Phillips opting not to. Probably a good call. Got to make him earn every single point. Put this one on the net.
Now Epps steps left again, goes lefty cut. This one's too good. Epps with 2 lefty aces in game 1 and another one here to start things off in game 2. That lefty cut just jumps so much, and it looks like Texas looking to make a call here. I think Okenu might have had side or front rim. Not sure what, but doesn't look like they'll actually make a call in the end, and it'll be a lefty ace for Branson Epps. That's his 3rd one this series so far. Another wide step to the left. Goes lefty cut again, and it looked perfect, but it just glanced off the front rim. That would have been electric. But he'll take second and go with the same step out left. Righty jam off the front rim. So a double fault for Epps. But that lefty ace getting things going for the Tigers. They're still up 3-2 now, up the full break. Gazi Okenu to serve. Steps out right, faking left and right. The righty jam off the body of Stephen Jones, and he pulls it away. Wow. What a receive there from Jones.
You know, it might not be pretty, but if it gets the job done, that can be really frustrating for a team like Texas early on. Putting on a great serve, and it just gets handled in a somewhat unfortunate way, but Jones making it look easy.
So the ball back in the hands of Jones now. Lefty cut. Too short, just under the net. Clemson up 4-2. Stephen Jones, his second. Righty cut is too wide. Okenu calling high. Stephen Jones disagrees. Both players confident, so it looks like they'll redo that second serve.
Now, I'm not playing over there, but if I was, I thought that serve was clean. It looked like Okenu kind of jumped up with it while trying to receive it, and it went below his shoulder, but a tough angle from where we're sitting. They're redoing the second serve.
Here's the second swing. That's a wide lefty cut. No doubt about that one being clean. And the set from Phillips not quite good enough as the swing from Okenu finds its way into the rim. A clutch serve there from Stephen Jones.
Absolutely huge. You know, they don't give you the first one, just put it on again. He's got the left, he's got the right. Everything falling for Clemson right now as they are up 5-2.
Jones carrying the momentum from game 1 into this one. That righty cut, Phillips somehow gets out to it. But his hit not quite good enough, and Epps will pull that one away for a defensive break for the Clemson Tigers.
And this is just quite the opposite of how game 1 started. Texas was up early, and now Clemson's up early in game 2. We'll see if Texas can turn it around here. Otherwise, it's not looking good for the Tigers. Losing the women's game, I should say, Texas. And now if they lose this B game as well, their work will be cut out for them.
So Stephen Jones, 6-2 now for Clemson. Steps out to his right. Goes for a righty drop. Okenu easily there. And will pull it away. But not quite as easily as he thought it was going to be, as Stephen Jones diving, getting the right hand on it, almost getting it up. So now John Phillips going for the split stance. They're down 3-6. Longhorns need to get something going quick. That righty cut off the side pocket. No question about that one. Here's Phillips second. Steps out right again. That righty cut off the front rim. And, sorry, maybe there's some disagreement on the first serve about that side pocket call. It seemed very obvious from where we're sitting, Bennett, but obviously we're not in the perfect spot. And that jam serve is received well from Branson Epps.
Handled by Clemson. And, you know, I even thought that last serve right there hit the side pocket, but there must be some disagreement on that. And it works out in Clemson's favor. They're handling it well.
A nice side out there from the Tigers. Puts them back up by 4. 7-3 now. Branson Epps to serve. Epps lefty cut off the side of the rim. He's proven that lefty cut is as dangerous as anyone out here. Quite a few no touches with it. Those players on Texas really have to respect it. This time righty jam. Phillips gets it up, and he pushes it right over the head of Jones. Clemson not able to play defense on that one.
And we've seen Clemson get some big breaks in this game. Texas knowing they need to answer at some point. We'll see if Okenu can do it here.
Okenu hasn't really gotten things going from the 7-foot line here in game 2 after having quite a few clutch aces in the first game. Here's his second serve, down 4-7. Reverse there, Stephen Jones is there easily. And a righty backhand shot from Jones clears the defense of the Longhorns right between Okenu and Phillips. Texas just can't seem to penetrate the receive of Clemson right now. Not much service pressure from the Longhorns. Jones will step out left this time. Faking both ways. Lefty cut off the front rim. Those fakes from Jones just so deadly. This time he'll opt to step right. That righty cut. Okenu's there, but barely. And Okenu making a call. Not sure what the call is, but either way, Jones will disagree with it. So he'll take second once again. Stepping out right again. This righty cut so wide.
My goodness.
Stephen Jones just cannot be stopped right now when those serves are landing, Bennett.
And I swear, every single time they disagree with a call, Stephen Jones comes back out and he aces on that next serve.
Jones is feeling himself right now. Clemson up 9-4 in this game 2. That lefty swing into the front rim. The Longhorns as a squad are reeling right now, losing the women's match in 2, now down 5 in game 2 of this B team matchup after dropping the first. There's a double fault though from Jones, so it'll be John Phillips to swing, down 5-9. Wide step out to the right, faking left hand, but he'll swing righty. It's tough to bite on those fakes with the left hand when I don't believe Phillips has even swung with the left yet this series. That righty cut, Jones is there quite easily, and a nice push flick right between the defense of the Longhorns and Jones jumping out of the way.
Epps, rather.
Epps
jumping out of the way, dodging that hit. If it were to land on him, it would have been Texas's point, but Clemson just playing so clean right now, not giving Texas any easy ones.
Epps will step out left. Goes for another lefty cut, and it's too good. Just so wide and fast. I don't know what you're supposed to do as the receiver.
There's not much you can do there. Absolutely dangerous from Epps.
Stepping out right this time is Epps. Goes for righty cut off the front rim. The Tigers now leading 11-5. Stepping out left now is Epps. That jam serve is handled well by Phillips, and he'll hit it high and away from the Tigers defense. Brings it back to a 5-point game. Longhorns just trying to find something to generate breaks, whether it's the defense or the serving. Just can't seem to get through the Tigers. It'll be Okenu to serve. Serving at Jones, going for some light fakes, and the jam is a great one from Okenu. Too fast for Jones to handle as he swung right through that left hip.
And no better time than right now for Texas to start finding some momentum, putting some good serves on, finding aces of their own, and here goes Okenu again.
This one off the front rim, they'll play it, and the swing on two from Jones is almost too quick for Epps to get out of the way, but the quick reflexes from Branson Epps.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen someone drop quite that quickly to dodge the hit, but man, that was good from Epps.
It's always risky swinging on two when your partner is running up to the net expecting to hit it. And Stephen Jones cannot be stopped right now, Bennett. The lefty cut from both of the Tigers on this net. Just no touching left and right here.
Clemson is just getting these serves so wide. It is so tough to receive.
This time the righty cut off the front rim, but the Longhorns trying to play it, but the touch from Okenu off the receive, not quite strong enough. So they'll give Jones his second.
And that's a risky choice. We'll see if Stephen Jones can generate something.
A righty jam there. Okenu with a nice left-handed receive, and he'll pull that one high and away for a nice hold for the Longhorns. They now trail 8-13. Tigers just in control all the way through this game, too. Phillips feigning the step out. They'll play this one, despite it being high. And Epps with a great pull shot. He loves to wrap his hand around the backside of the ball and get as much angle as he can with those hits.
And it makes it so tricky for the defense because it's a last-second adjustment that's just so tough to read. Tough to be in that right position, but now Clemson back with the ball, up 14-8.
Epps stepping out to his left. Lefty cut so low.
Oh, my goodness.
Goodness gracious, Branson Epps.
And the Clemson squad on the sidelines getting just as hyped as Branson and Steven.
My goodness, Epps. Lefty reverse that time. Just having fun out there at this point. My goodness. So the Tigers now leading 15-8 after that explosive serve from Branson Epps. His second serve here. Steps out left again. Faking both ways. Lefty cut off the rim. If you're Okenu, you are thanking your stars that that one hit the rim because it doesn't seem like any of these Longhorns are getting that lefty cut up.
When they put them on, and if it's wide enough, that is just in no man's land.
Kind of stepping out right, down 9-15. Looking for something. That righty cut is wide. And looks like it'll be a service break. Texas not exactly showing much emotion there. Almost thought maybe there was a call of front rim or something based on the lack of excitement, but it'll be a service break for Okenu. Still down 10-15. Steps out right again. This righty swing is a cut, another wide one, but Clemson handling this one much better. And Jones swinging right into the body of Okenu. Okenu not able to get that ball up for Phillips to set it.
And Epps with a really great set there. He knows his partner's somewhat far away from the net, so he puts a little bit of air under that set, gives him enough time to make it back and put a great hit on.
It's now 16-10 in favor of the Tigers. Jones will swing lefty.
Hits the side of the net.
Looked like the Tigers fan base maybe thought it was an ace, but not a clean serve, so Jones will take second. That righty cut. Okenu's there, though. And he'll swing. It's upped. Great body there from Stephen Jones, but the set from Epps is not good enough. Couldn't get it back to the net. And Jones tried to make a diving effort, but it was too little too late. So now 11-16, Phillips up to the 7-foot line. Hops reverse. Misses badly near the feet of Epps. Now Phillips Righty cut, but Epps sticks his hand out to get it up. And his swing off the front rim. It's another break for Texas. So now it's just a 4-point game.
And the set there from Jones, kind of going overhand with it, which can make it a more difficult hit when trying to put that ball away. And Epps just finds the front rim there. Big for Texas, but they got to keep their heads down and keep chipping away at this lead.
Longhorns slowly working their way back into this one. 12-16, still a tall mountain to climb. And a crafty lefty drop there from Phillips. Looked good, but just glances off the rim. So it'll be his second swing. Faking a couple times. And the righty swing called high by Jones, but Texas disagreeing, and I think I disagree as well. That serve looked very clean from here.
And it's tough on those when it's a close call. Jones is in the right spot. He gets a good touch on it. Sometimes you just got to play those, even if you might be thinking it's not clean.
This one, no high call from Jones. Doesn't matter.
Very similar to the time before.
Epps to serve now, up 17-12. Lefty cut off the front rim. Looked to be spinny, wide, fast, but just an inch too short. Now his second serve, he'll step left. Faking both ways, goes for lefty cut and just lips high.
Comfortable lead for Clemson here. Just need to find 3 more points to put this series away. (17-13), sorry. 4 more points.
Okanu down 4. Will he step up to the moment? That righty reverse, he does! Okanu finding the righty reverse, and it could not be at a better time. Making this a 3-point game, 14-17 now. Longhorns still trailing.
And he's been putting those reverses on all game, but Clemson handling them very well before that one. Just too spinny, too out of reach.
Righty cut this time. A poor touch from Jones, but a great set from Epps. Okenu there, though, and looks like some major disagreement there. I think Texas calling Jones's hit rim, but Clemson adamant that it was off the net. Okenu holding his ground. They'll redo it. And if you're Okenu, you have a nice defensive touch. I think you just have to play that.
Well, I'm not really sure who made the call there or what they thought was going on, but both teams seem somewhat frustrated by it.
Okenu faking both ways. That righty swing off the front rim. If Texas goes on to lose this one, and you're Okenu, you have to look back and think, maybe I should have just played that one. Don't let there be any disagreement on the call. And that righty cut just so wide from Okenu, but just slightly too high, it seems, Bennett. Looked like Texas thought it was clean from the stands. Stephen Jones, lefty cut.
And now Stephen.
Get out of here, Stephen Jones.
And you certainly have some added tension with a few disagreements. We had that ball debacle earlier in the first game, and Stephen Jones just putting these serves away. Nothing to argue about there. Just brilliant.
The Tigers now 2 points away from getting up 2-0 in this squad matchup. Jones going righty cut. That one going to lip just barely high over the head of Phillips.
And it's now or never for Texas.
Exactly what I was about to say, Bennett. John Phillips, righty cut. Tigers will play it. It's high and far. Phillips slipping while trying to run back. Epps will help him up. Some nice sportsmanship there. But that'll give the Tigers game point, 20-15. Branson Epps up to serve. Goes lefty reverse. Okenu was sprinting out for the cut. I think Epps would have had him if it landed, but it hits the front rim. Now, Epps for his second. Epps steps out right. Faking both ways. Lefty cut is handled immaculately by Texas. What a hold there from the Longhorns. Okenu barely receiving it, and then a nice quick set from Phillips with Okenu pulling it away.
A really great serve there from Epps, and those are the serves they were hitting earlier. Texas just now finding out how to handle them. But I think, Henry, it might just be a little bit too late.
Now Okenu. This is a must-break situation from Texas. Any hold from Clemson is game over. That righty jam just barely high over shoulder height. Okenu will take second. Steps out right. Righty jam, rather. Handled well by Epps and is hit off the rim again. And it's the second in-system hit from Epps we've seen catch the front rim. Not what you wanted to see there from Clemson. You don't want to let Texas have any sort of hope that they can get back into it. But that's exactly what they just did. It's now 17-20. Okenu to serve towards Jones. Gazi Okenu, righty cut. Jones receives it well, and the flick shot is perfect from Jones. Clemson will take the B matchup in this semifinal.
And that was hard fought. Absolutely great work from Clemson, putting this one away. You know, they started off hot, got some breaks early on, and really just held unbelievably well, taking control of this game throughout the whole thing.
That means Clemson will take a 2-0 lead in this squad matchup here in the semifinals. They just need one more win in these next three matchups of A, C, and co-ed to advance to the finals. And all three matchups will be on the featured courts at the same time. It'll be an exciting watch.
A lot to look forward to.
And with that, we'll head to a quick break and be right back with those three matchups to decide this semifinal here at the Spikeball College National Championship. A hot start from the Clemson Tigers in the B and women's matchups to kick things off means they're up 2-0 heading into these final 3 series. We have the A, the C, and the co-ed teams. Our focus on the stream will be on the co-ed match, but we'll have all 3 going. And in the co-ed matchup, we have from Texas, Andrew Christmas and Nikki Wong taking on Bryson Patterson and Shelby Vanderhoof of the Tigers. Patterson and Christmas both extremely strong servers. And in the A matchup, we have an early break for the Longhorns. And throughout this stream for these matchups, we'll have cameras on all 3 matchups, so you'll see split screens for 2 of the games or 3 of the games at a time, but the scoreboard at the top of the screen will be for the co-ed matchup. And to kick things off in this mixed series, it'll be Andrew Christmas of the Longhorns to serve towards Bryson Patterson. Christmas wide split step, goes to the right. Quick righty cut is no good. Patterson trying to play it, but Vanderhoof not about that. So Christmas will take second serve. Same step out to the right and another quick righty swing. Not clean once again. Christmas not liking the net.
Looking around for a replacement maybe.
Yeah, Christmas maybe thinking that net's a little unstable. Didn't like how his serves were reacting off of it. He'll run off to try to grab a replacement set.
And you know, it's really a smart move. Anytime you double fault in the game, go find a different net. Bring it over.
Oh, never mind.
And in the A matchup, it'll be Longhorns leading 2-0. And an offset by Sisk was handled well by Littman, who pulls it away through the body of Anantha. Littman leading the game off. The swing from Sisk, no good. And our attention will shift back to the co-ed matchup.
And each one of these games, super important. They're crucial for Texas. If they drop a single one, Clemson will be moving on to the College Spikeball National Championship.
Here's Shelby Vanderhoof serving. That second serve off the front rim. So that'll be Nikki Wong up to serve for the first time this game. Wong with a nice serve, but Vanderhoof's there. Christmas gets it up, though, and then pushes it right through the defense of the Tigers. A nice, clean defensive break there from Texas. Again, Texas needing to sweep all 3 of these matchups on your screen in order to advance to the finals, with Clemson winning the first 2 series. And that time, Bryson Patterson, no trouble with the 1-2-3 hold for the Tigers.
And in the A matchup, we have Texas off to an early lead, 4-1. Against Sisk and Littman.
Bryson Patterson, a huge righty cut. Texas calling high, but Patterson disagreeing. Thought it was clean. You could tell by his excitement pretty easily that he was going to disagree with any high call there. That swing from Patterson, clearly high. Texas can take that A matchup, Bennett. That's a huge win against Owen Littman, one of the best players in the world, pro last year on the STS series. That serve from Bryson Patterson, no doubt about that one. That's as wide as it gets. Huge righty cut from Bryson. Puts Clemson back into a tie game, 3-3. Trying to look at the updated scoreboard here.
And as you just mentioned, in the A matchup, Owen Littman, one of the best players in the world. And that's a man you don't want to see at the 7-foot line. When he is serving, he is absolutely lethal. But a double fault here, it appears. And Texas with the ball again.
So Patterson will serve once again. And Texas in the A matchup continues to roll up 6-2 now.
With a huge righty reverse ace.
Nikhil Anantha popping off. Now here's Bryson Patterson serving towards Christmas. Christmas will call high. Looks like Patterson disagrees. They'll redo another one. Patterson, wide step out to the right. They'll go for another righty cut. That one lips up well over Christmas's head. So now it's Andrew Christmas to serve. It's tied up 3-all. And we'll head into the triple box. All three games now on your screen. Andrew Christmas will take his second serve, goes for a quick drop with his right hand. Didn't quite get it over the rim. So it'll be Shelby Vanderhoof to serve, up 4-3 for the Tigers. High toss right at the body of Nikki Wong, and it's too good from Vanderhoof. A great jam serve with that unique high toss, Bennett.
Yeah, a little unorthodox there, but the high toss, maybe it has some type of way to confuse the receiver. She goes for it again.
Christmas handles it a little better this time.
Ooh.
Trying to step through the defense of Patterson on his hit. Christmas loves that step-through hit, but when Patterson is in his way like that, it can lend itself to some nasty collisions, hopefully. And it looks like both players will be okay. So now it's Wong to serve. They're down 4-5. Patterson scoops it up with his right hand, puts it right into the arm of Christmas. And Andrew unable to get that one up. The Longhorns continuing to roll in the A matchup. Just dominating, up 9-4. And Brandon Arledge now in the C matchup with a huge bang. Putting that one right through Sam Kalinsky. And Nikhil Anantha in the A matchup can't be stopped either. They're up 10-4 on Owen Littman and Griffin Sisk.
If you're Texas, this is just about as good of a start as you can imagine in these three matchups. And there's Andrew Christmas with a righty cut ace.
Vanderhoof unable to get out there for that wide cut from Andrew Christmas. Texas rolling in A and C, and now Andrew Christmas tying things back up in co-ed, and another righty cut ace, this time on Patterson. Christmas gives the Longhorns the lead in the co-ed matchup. So now Texas leading in all three games here on your screen. In co-ed, 7-6, A 10-5, C 9-6. And a hitting error from Vanderhoof in co-ed is another break from Texas. All of a sudden, a 2-point lead for Texas. This is a 4-point run from Andrew Christmas. He's going to go righty cut. This one, it hits the back rim. Clemson Tigers reeling on all fronts right now. A huge righty swing from Andrew Christmas. That one was the widest one yet. Bryson Patterson had no chance. That was just incredibly jumpy off the net. And you look over to the A matchup, and Griffin Sisk with an athletic diving push shot past the defense of the Longhorns. It'll give the ball to the ever-deadly Owen Littman. But now in co-ed, Texas up 9-6, a huge lead for the Longhorns.
And Christmas still serving.
This time Vanderhoof handles it well, but another hitting error from Shelby Vanderhoof. Bryson suggesting just slow down, calm down a little bit. We're okay. So now a 10-6 lead for Texas in the co-ed matchup. This time Christmas trying for the righty reverse. It's no good, but Clemson will play through it. And a great hand from Christmas. Tries for the diving set, but unable to get out there. But a great effort from Christmas.
And in the A matchup, Owen Littman, righty reverse ace. Trying to cut this lead down a little bit. They're down 7-11 now. Here he goes again.
Littman loves those fakes. Oh, what a touch from Griffin Sisk. And a perfect set from Littman. And Sisk hits it high over the head of Noah Bainart. Clemson now rolling in the A matchup.
Just a crazy point there. Littman putting on a great serve. And then Texas returning it absurdly well, but an even better touch from Sisk.
And Christmas with a diving hit from 7 feet. Oh! Goes for the drop, and Christmas hits on one.
A diving hit on one, but it was no good. It appears Clemson.
It's clean.
And they
Bennett,
got
it was clean.
Oh, my gosh.
Andrew Christmas dives for a hit from 7 feet. Then Vanderhoof tries to drop, and Christmas diving across the net sends it back on one. Now a diving touch from Christmas. And it's on from Nikki Wong. Bryson Patterson tries to pull it. What is happening in this co-ed matchup? Oh, my goodness.
A crazy 2 points. What a rundown from Christmas. He is doing it all right now. He can be 20 feet away from the net or diving right on it.
Oh, my
Just
goodness.
insanity.
This is fun to watch right now, Bennett. My goodness, Andrew Christmas putting his body on the line everywhere. And the wide cut from Patterson. Christmas trying to call high.
And that's where you just wish you had an observer, because that serve was nowhere near high, at least from where we're sitting.
Looks like Patterson calling for an observer now, disagreeing heavily with that high call from Christmas. I have to say, from my angle, looked to be clean, but it was very close. And it looks like Mayo Costanza will hop over from observing the A matchup and now will observe on mixed and leave Tim Lacanina to observe by himself for the A series. So it'll be Mayo, the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, flying in from Portland, Oregon this weekend to support his team. And looks like the players are deliberating with Costanza about what exactly they want him to observe, and I think they'll settle on observing 4 high calls. Patterson stepping out right again, goes for a drop, and it's too good. Patterson yelling out, he's beat before Christmas can even get there. Electric stuff from Bryson Patterson.
Christmas with a full layout to get to that serve, but just not enough. He got it up, but not close enough.
Crafty spinny drop from Patterson is a clutch break for the Tigers. They're still trailing 9-11 here. And the lefty cut is too wide for Nikki Wong. Patterson putting some extra spin on that one to make it a 1-point game, now down 10-11. Patterson wide righty cut, but Christmas handles it. And Christmas yelling, see ya, to Bryson Patterson, who wasn't able to get that off-net hit from Christmas up into the air.
And Patterson on a few of these aces, no stranger to yelling see ya himself, but Christmas sending it right back at him.
And Christmas with a great body up and can't quite get to the diving soft touch, putting his body on the line once again. And over on the A net, some toxicity between the two teams. Looked like Nikhil Anantha hindered Griffin Sisk while he was trying to set it. Nikhil originally disagreed. Griffin Sisk was so adamant about the call that he walked up to Anantha and swiped the ball straight out of his hand. Electric stuff from all 3 nets right now. This is really fun to watch. Texas still leading on all 3 nets. Shelby Vanderhoof to serve for Clemson. They're down 11-12. It'll be Nikki Wong to serve now. Wong tries for the righty cut. It's off the back rim. Double fault there from Wong. Puts the ball back in the hands of the explosive Bryson Patterson. And a high lefty set from Owen Littman on the A net means Nikhil Anantha will have a deep touch from 30 feet off. His lefty swing is big, but Sisk runs it down. Owen Littman buttering him up from 20 feet off. Sisk not able to put it on, and Texas is hyped. Anantha yelling to Beinert, let's go.
Just a huge rally to win there. Absolutely unbelievable rundowns, defensive touches, all you can ask for. And in the co-ed, Christmas with a hit.
Patterson
Clemson
with a
receives
great
it.
body touch. And Wong somehow getting there for the soft touch. And Christmas diving to put it on. Vanderhoof unable to handle it. Goodness. This defense from Texas all over the place.
Just so much action going on right now in all 3 games.
The wide cut serve from Baynard on the A-net. Clemson not able to get it back on the net. And it's another break for the Longhorns. Now back to co-ed. Andrew Christmas with a wide righty cut. Clemson unable to handle it. It's another break for Christmas. They're now up 16-12 in that matchup. And Baynard with a huge lefty swing.
Absolutely gaps Owen Littman. He was nowhere near that.
And Christmas sticking his right hand out perfectly, getting that one up, but can't quite get to the set.
It seems like every time you look over, Christmas is on the ground, diving, doing everything he can for each one of these points. Texas knowing they need to win all 3 of these games.
And that receive from Sisk finds its way back onto the net. Littman with a great body up in the push flick, way past the defense of Texas. What an electric hold there for the Tigers. And quietly on the C-net, we see Texas with a huge 16-12 lead. It's Cade Janikula up to serve. He'll do a wide step to the left, faking left, and he'll go left, and it's way too wide for Gavin Lutz. Cade Janikula with his best serve of the game so far. That one was low and wide. A no-touch ace for Janikula brings them back within 3. Now 13-16 on the C-net. Now back on the co-ed. And looks like the observer Costanza calling a foot fault on Wong as she served it, and her momentum carried her inside the 7-foot circle. That is illegal. That's a foot fault. It'll be her second serve. And that one finds the front rim. Now on the A-net. Anantha setting up Baynard for the drop. Perfect shot there for the Longhorns.
A cheeky hit there from Baynard. Puts that one away. Texas on this A-net. A surprising lead, 18-11.
Now Andrew Christmas, great lefty wrap.
Tremendous put away there. Did not have much room to work with on the net, but just found the perfect spot for it and sent it away.
Patterson wanting to play that rim serve from Christmas, but not a good enough serve receive. And Owen Littman with just a fantastic push flick. I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're playing defense for the Longhorns there. Just such a low and quick shot. Nonetheless, Texas up 19-12 on that A-net. Now back on co-ed. It's a service break for Andrew Christmas. Clemson unable to get it back onto the net.
And that righty cut from Andrew Christmas is causing Clemson a lot of problems.
This is game point for Texas. The righty reverse, barely upped by Patterson. Puts it right into the body of Christmas. Andrew showing off his athleticism to dive 5 feet through the air and try to put it on with his left hand, but can't quite. Patterson making sure he's okay. He seems to be. It's a 20-15 lead now for Texas on the co-ed net. And on A-net, it's 20-12, another game point for Texas. The Longhorns looking strong in these 3 matchups. It's a great serve from Baynard. Littman's set is off net, and Sisk can't put it on.
And there
and
it
that'll
is.
wrap things up for game 1 on the A-net. The Longhorns taking that one in surprising fashion. So we'll shift back to co-ed. Andrew Christmas putting it away on 2 to win game 1 on that net for the Longhorns. So Texas flexing their muscles early in this second wave. Now we'll shift our focus again over to the C-net. It's Texas leading 18-15. Cade Janikula up to serve for the Tigers. He steps out right. It's a wide, low stance. The righty reverse upped by Arledge. And he'll go for a righty pull, and it's just over the body of Sam Kalinsky. Klinsky dumbfounded as to how that ball got through his defense. But now it's the strong, ambidextrous Arledge to serve. That righty cut will lip over the head of Janakula. It's a 19-15 lead for the Longhorns now. Just 2 points away from winning every game one on all three of these nets. That lefty swing lipping up once again. It'll be high. So now it's Klinsky to serve. 16-19 as the players rotate. All eyes on this C net right now. Klinsky needs a break ASAP. Big righty swing, just gleans off the front rim. Now he'll step out for his second. Another huge righty swing, that time going for reverse, and it again hits the front rim. And it looks like there's some discussion about, I'm not sure what. That seemed pretty obviously rim from our angle. Not sure what to say. But they'll step out for another serve.
That one's
this
not
time hard to debate. And calling another foot fault. My goodness, another serve for Klinsky. Looks like Arledge was calling him for stepping onto the line. Clemson disagreeing. So another serve for Klinsky. That lefty swing misses everything. Hard to question that one.
And now Texas with an opportunity to win this C matchup and win every single one of these first games, which is just about a perfect way to start, wouldn't you say, Henry?
Yeah, after dropping those first two series on the B-net and co-ed, or rather B-net and women's, it's exactly what you needed for the Longhorns. So it's Gavin Lotz to serve once again. Game point for the Longhorns. Spinning the ball twice. Righty jam, upped by Klinsky. Nice set from Janakula, and the lefty pull is just too much for Lotz to get there. Lotz showing off the agility, the acceleration, but was just too far from Klinsky. So now it's Janakula. Another must-break situation here. This time it's for the Tigers. That righty reverse is wide, but Arledge gets a hand on it, and the push flick is perfect. Right past Janakula. Texas takes game one in the C net. So Texas sweeping these three nets. Mixed, A, C, all of them. And we're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back in a minute for game two for all of these matchups. We'll be right back for the College National Championship. And we're back for game two of these three matchups between the Clemson Tigers and the Texas Longhorns. A competitive semifinal so far. Both teams aching for a spot in that finals, that championship series. Both teams warming up on all three nets. The Longhorns again sweeping the game ones in all three matchups. Our focus will mostly stay on mixed We'll try to provide mostly triple bucks, but all 3 games will be visible at different times.
And A starting out, Owen Lippman putting that ball away in such an unbelievable way. Not much you can do on defense.
Andrew Christmas, wide step out to the right. His righty swing just into the front rim. Opts for the same wide step out. This time drops, but Patterson no trouble receiving it. Goes for a nice backhand shot. That's kind of a staple shot for the Clemson Tigers. We've seen Brendan Ferreira use it a lot back when he played for Clemson. Owen Lippman loving that shot as well, and this time Bryson Patterson using it to his advantage. Now it's Shelby Vanderhoof up to serve. Her first serve into the front rim, so she'll take a second one. Another high toss, kind of jennies it on. And Nikki Wong puts it right into the front rim on her hit, so it's a break for Clemson to kick things off. Now Vanderhoof will serve again, this time to Christmas.
And she's still doing that high toss. Very interesting to see, but it's proven effective. She's been putting a lot of good serves on, making Texas work for these points.
And Bennett, you mentioned earlier one of the fun things about serving in the sport of Roundnet is everyone kind of does it their own way. Everyone has their own quirks. And it's just kind of whatever works best for you. And obviously Vanderhoof liking that high toss. And it, as a receiver, I'm sure is maybe a little uncomfortable to see, kind of throws your timing off. You're not used to something like that. So probably working to her advantage for the most part.
Little discussion going on Texas's end.
Wong's righty swing upped by Patterson. He'll go for a lefty pull. Wong gets a body on it, but didn't quite rotate enough, so it's a put away for Bryson Patterson. Clemson up 3-1 in this matchup early.
A split second late there from Wong, trying to get that body up, making the right move in a good spot, but a little late.
And we'll head to Triple Box Stream so you guys can check out all 3 games at once. As Griffin Sisk hits a banger. Owen Lippman indicating clean. And it is clean. Huge service break there for Clemson on the A-net. Now back to co-ed. Andrew Christmas botches the set. It's another break for Clemson. That's uncharacteristic for Christmas, usually so solid. But a poor set gave Wong no shot to put it on the net. So now it's a 4-1 lead for Clemson. Bryson swings for a big reverse and misses everything. And on the A-net, it's a huge 4-0 lead early for the Tigers. And that swing just barely high over the shoulders of Anantha. Back to co-ed. Patterson's second serve is just high on Christmas, so it'll be Andrew Christmas to serve now back towards Patterson. He does his wide right step out, and it's too fast for Patterson. Andrew Christmas pulling out the finger guns on Bryson Patterson early in this game, too. Christmas is fired up.
Another righty from Christmas. Forces an easy hit, and he gets the put away.
Christmas going back to that step-through hit, signaling to his bench it's just too easy out here. He knots things back up, 4 apiece. Serving back towards Patterson. Another righty cut. This time it's a better receive from Patterson. And a huge lefty swing from Bryson. Puts the ball away. And we see on the A-net, Clemson continuing to roll. Now 6-1 in favor of the Tigers.
Very different story here in game 2. And if you're Clemson, you just need to win one of these matches to move on to the finals.
That hit from Wong easily up by Bryson Patterson into the body of Christmas, but not enough for Texas. Another point for Clemson on that mixed net. It's a 6-4 lead now for the Tigers. And on the A-net, still that 6-1 lead. Owen Lippman up to serve. Steps out to his right. A huge righty cut. Are you kidding me, Lippman? The widest cut we've seen today. Nearly hits his own teammate.
Just unbelievable. You can know that that serve is coming. You can be completely prepared for it and still be 2 feet away from that ball. Unbelievable serve from Owen Lippman.
A 7-1 lead now for Clemson on the A net. That righty cut from Lippman lips up. We'll head back to the mixed net. Nicky Wong's first serve off the front rim. Wong lining up her second serve towards Patterson. Patterson will play it. A nice righty push shot as he steps through the no-hit zone. Impressive stuff there from Bryson. So now Clemson looking to extend that 7-5 lead they hold on the co-ed net. Wide step out to the right for Patterson. Goes for a low righty cut. And he's there for the touch off of Wong's high hit. Bryson Patterson's going to hit it high himself, but this one a little bit too far for Texas, and he flexes on Andrew Christmas, staring him down.
We've been seeing a lot of great celebrations today. A lot of fun watching these players go at it, and the tensions are high. All these teams having a few disagreements, some of these calls.
Andrew Christmas can argue that he was hindered on the hit as he tried to step through and Patterson was in his way. Observer will agree, so it'll be Texas's point. I'm loving the tension out here, Bennett, just making everything a bit more exciting. As Bryson will play this serve up from Christmas. Again, puts it into the body of Andrew Christmas, but couldn't quite get it up. Now Griffin Sisk serving on the A net. Towards Baynard. Goes for righty reverse into the front rim. Clemson leading 9-2 in that matchup. Now looking back at the co-ed net, or rather on C, let's talk about Sam Kalinsky hitting a righty ace on Gavin Lott. Clemson trailing in that one, or rather leading in that one now, 7-6 after that ace from Kalinsky.
And a total shift in momentum here in game 2. Clemson now leading all 3 matchups.
Now back in co-ed, a lefty flick from Vanderhoof. Andrew Christmas trying to call no hit zone, but observer Mayo Costanza disagreeing, calling it clean. A great offhand flick from Vanderhoof. Don't see that every day. Oh my goodness, Griffin Sisk on the A-net. A lefty drop from about 4 feet off is perfect. Never got more than 2 inches off the net, and the defense from Texas unable to get to it. Clemson is hyped up right now. But on C, it's Brandon Arledge hitting a banger of his own. Trying to bring Texas back into this thing. Trying to shift momentum back towards the Longhorns. A nice lefty cut from him once again, but this time Sam Kalinsky handles it perfectly. 1-2-3 hold for the Tigers there. Owen Lippman cannot be stopped. Righty reverse just gaps Nikhil Anantha. That ball was about shin height, Bennett.
Yeah, absolutely. Just nothing you can do as a receiver there. I mean, these are some of the best serves we've seen all tournament. Coming at Texas right when Clemson needs it.
Bennett, I talked to Owen Lippman a little bit yesterday after the quarterfinals about his serving ability. Lippman, known by most people for his ambidexterity, but he told me that his best serve is actually the righty reverse, which most people wouldn't think when they watch him serve because he goes with those lefty-right fakes all the time. But he trusts that righty reverse more than any serve in his bag.
And while it may look like he executes that serve so easily, it's a very difficult one to master. It takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, and when you see him put those on like he just did, you can tell he's been putting in that work, training all season for this moment.
So Clemson holding on to leads in the co-ed net and the A net, but Texas getting out to an 11-8 lead on the C net. And Nikhil Anantha with a lefty drop ace on Griffin Sisk. That was perfect from Anantha. Now on the co-ed net, Bryson Patterson with a great touch, but the set from Vanderhoof a little bit too quick for Patterson to handle. Excitement all over the place right now. Bit of a different vibe from the game one when it was Texas on all three nets taking control. This one a little bit more back and forth between the two teams, with Texas leading on the C net, Clemson leading on A and co-ed. Shelby Vanderhoof is excited right now, to say the least, Bennett. Yelling "come on" twice after that great hold on Andrew Christmas.
Big hold, and Christmas looked a little bit confused there on that hit. Maybe thinking rim or something wrong with it, but Clemson walks away with the point, and Vanderhoof up to serve.
Andrew Christmas with a quick righty hit on two. Didn't give Clemson any chance to rotate for defense. Just crafty stuff there from Andrew. So now Texas trailing 11-13 on the co-ed net. Bryson yelling "see ya," but Andrew Christmas is there.
Oh,
Christmas.
Bit of a premature see ya there from
I'll
Clemson. Christmas able to get that one from all the way out there and nearly bring it back.
Christmas looks to be okay.
Shaking some turf out of the shorts. I'm sure he is no stranger to that by the way he's been diving around today.
So now it's 14-11 in favor of Clemson on the co-ed net. On the A net, a huge 14-6 advantage for the Tigers. Rather not 14-6, 13-6 instead. It's Owen Littman to serve again to Anantha. Righty cut. Anantha's there this time. But the set from Baynard not quite strong enough for Anantha to put it on, and it's another break for Clemson. Owen Littman just feeling himself right now.
And Baynard looked a little bit uncomfortable on that set. Set Anantha's left hand there. Not the best set, but just a mistake there on Texas's part. Not what they need right now.
So now Littman, another righty cut, waving to Noah Baynard, saying "see ya." Littman, that righty cut reverse combo right now, doing wonders for Clemson. Littman just laughing. And on the mix net, Shelby Vanderhoof with a huge righty cut ace on Nikki Wong. Christmas trying to call high, observer signaling no chance. That one was clean. Vanderhoof serving to Christmas. Christmas feigning like he was going to run into the net, and it's a nice jam from Vanderhoof. And then Christmas with a diving push shot, easily putting it away. That makes it a 13-16 game now, still in favor of Clemson. Wong to serve. And on that A net, Texas opted for a timeout. Try to ice Owen Littman. Prevent this run that he's on. Bryson Patterson now on the mix net. A huge lefty put away. A nice duality from the Clemson mix team here. Bryson Patterson kind of a calm and collected for the most part. Shelby Vanderhoof, on the other hand, is getting loud and excited after it seems like every point that Clemson wins. I'm loving this energy.
And she's firing up the A squad as well. On all cylinders, Vanderhoof is trying to get this Clemson team to rally. And there's another ace from Patterson. So wide on that righty cut. Clemson is fired up right now.
These servers for Clemson are just on fuego right now, Bennett.
I mean, absolutely. It feels unfair almost watching these serves because there's nothing you can do trying to return them. You just have to watch it go by and think about the next point.
Bryson Patterson, huge drop. Christmas somehow there, but Bryson Patterson gets the touch and puts it away. Andrew Christmas trying to call for a no-hit zone, but the observer did not have an angle on it, so they'll have to redo it.
And Christmas making a great readjustment on that point. He dove to get the serve that dropped so low into the no-hit zone, and then gets back up, moves his feet, puts it on the net outside of the no-hit zone. Very clutch stuff, and now they're redoing.
Patterson will go back to that split step. Another instep cut. Just off the front rim, though. He'll take his second. This time he'll step out to the right. Righty cut. Christmas calling high. Patterson agrees. Ridiculous from Owen Littman. That lefty cut. No shot for anyone that's receiving that one. Owen Littman saying that's too easy.
And in this A matchup, as Texas, you got to find some answer if you want any hope. If they move into a game 3, you need to be able to receive Owen Littman.
As Andrew Christmas rips a righty ace on Bryson Patterson on the co-ed net. That's just a 1-point game now. Texas trailing 15-16. Christmas saying, this is the ball. This is the one.
In this co-ed matchup, it's intense. Both of these games have been quite close.
Another huge righty cut. Patterson had to try to put that one on too as Vanderhoof dove to the ground for the receive, but he puts it into the rim. So it's tied up 16-all now on co-ed. Owen Littman with a body up on A. Pushes it straight into the defense after his up, and it's another break for Clemson. There's nothing the Longhorns can do to stop Owen Littman right now.
It looks like on the C net as well. Very, very close game. 15-16, Longhorns are trailing. A mishit there. Also, to update you guys, on the other side of the bracket, Northeastern beat Baylor in the series 4-1. So they will be heading to the College Spikeball National Championship to face the winner of Clemson and Texas.
And Owen Littman with another cut ace. What else do you expect from Owen Littman right now? 18-6 in favor of the Tigers on the A net. Pure dominance. Now a defensive touch here. Griffin Sisk ripping it. Anantha's there, though. The set from Baynard is good. Anantha wraps it, but Littman gets to it, and Littman push flicks it right between the defense of the Longhorns.
A great rally there. Little strange set by Sisk there at the end towards Littman, but he handles it so well. That righty flick. Littman's hitting just as good as his serving, helping Clemson get a lot of these points, putting it away where the defense can't get to it. Really impressive stuff.
Oh my gosh, Littman called bad, but would have been an electrifying serve had it been clean. Now back on co-ed. It's 19-16 in favor of Clemson. Christmas puts it on 2. Patterson not quite there, though. Christmas waving goodbye to that one, despite being down 17-19 late in this game, too. Christmas doing anything he can to fire his team up. Nikki Wong to serve. Towards Vanderhoof. Patterson sets her well, but Christmas is there for the touch, and he puts it right into the defense of Vanderhoof, but the set from Patterson not quite good enough. It'll be Texas's point, make it 18-19, just a 1-point game.
And it looked like on that point Vanderhoof might have accidentally bumped into the net there, making it automatically Texas's point in a very crucial spot. They needed that point right now.
Now Wong serving to Patterson. First serve just long of the net. And on the C net, Texas coming in clutch. That's Gavin Lotz putting his team up 18-17 late in game 2. Now he's serving to Kalinsky. That one off the front rim.
And back to co-ed. Wong with a double fault there. So now Patterson up to serve. One break away here from taking this thing and forcing game 3.
Patterson stepping out to his right. Righty cut. Lips over the head of Nikki Wong. Patterson stepping out right. His second serve, it's a drop. It's off the side pocket. Looks like double fault for Patterson. Ball in the hands of Andrew Christmas. Down 19-20. They need a break right here. That righty swing off the front rim. And we'll note on the A-net, Clemson taking that one 21-8. Now here's Vanderhoof swinging with her left into the front rim. We'll have extras. Free round net. 20 all.
Absolutely huge for Texas there. You got to think maybe the pressure got to Vanderhoof a little bit there. Just needing to put that ball away and does not hit the net.
So Christmas coming in clutch with the break. 20 apiece here. His ready cut received well by Patterson. Patterson hitting it high and far. Christmas not able to get there as he runs into the crowd, nearly taking a spectator out.
And you see some of these hits that Christmas is running down for, and you think there's no way he can get there, but that guy can move. Absolutely speedy from Christmas. Great effort there. We got over on the C-net.
Big collision there from Brandon Arledge and Kay Janakula. Luckily everyone's all right. They'll redo that point. Christmas opting for a hit on two again. Bryson Patterson nearly there. Just missed the ball with his right hand. Christmas with the big celebration afterwards. It's now 21s. That serve from Wong into the front rim. And on the C-net, 20-18. That's in favor of Texas. Christmas missing the entire net, but arguing that he was hindered on the hit. They'll go to observers here.
This will be a very interesting call. I'm not sure because, well, Vanderhoof might have been in Christmas's way. It looked like he was able to get a decent hit off, just did not get to the net. And now here we go in the C matchup. A cut serve, handled well by Clemson, but a touch for Texas. Amazing set, and the drop for Texas to take game two.
You do not get more clutch than that. Texas taking the C-net.
What an unbelievable point to win on. And there's Texas's first win of this series, so now 1-2 in favor of Clemson. Clemson with a huge point on co-ed. Vanderhoof with a cheeky drop shot. And now Patterson up to serve. The break in their favor. They just need to get one more to force a game three.
Patterson, ball in his hands. Righty cut swing off the front rim. It'll be his second serve. So the C-net giving Texas their first point of this squad matchup. Patterson steps out right. That righty cut just high of Andrew Christmas. Now Christmas looking for a good ball from his teammates. He gets one.
He likes it. He likes what he sees.
22 all here. Moving deeper into extras. Christmas wide step out to the right. Don't think Clemson wants to play that one, and they won't.
Everyone gathered around watching this co-ed game. And a double fall here from Christmas.
So now the ball back to Shelby Vanderhoof as the players rotate. 23-22. Clemson on top. Vanderhoof steps out. Swings into the front rim. The second swing here. This one's clean. Texas will have to play it. And it's touched by Vanderhoof. Patterson swings on two with the left. Puts it away and takes game two of the co-ed series. That's clutch from Bryson Patterson. And we'll have game three of mixed NA coming up. Clemson only needing to win one of those games to advance. And we'll head to a quick break before we come back with those rubber match tiebreakers here in the semifinals of the Spikeball College National Championship. two tiebreaker matches to decide this semifinal at the College Spikeball National Championship. We have a Game 3 on the A-net and a Game 3 on the mixed net. Texas needing to win both to advance. Clemson just needing to nab one to make it to the finals. And Nikhil Anantha will open things up with a huge righty cut ace on Griffin Sisk.
Christmas
Quick 1-0 lead.
In the co-ed, Christmas starting off with a bang.
So a quick start for the Longhorns on both sides. Littman that time, though, handling it well. Ties it back up, one apiece. Now back on co-ed. Vanderhoof, lefty hit right to Christmas. Christmas will pull it right through the defense as he steps through the no-hit zone. Great defensive break there from Christmas. Means it's a 2-0 lead. That's a huge righty cut from Christmas. Patterson luckily able to get out to it. And a great touch from Christmas. Wong just taps it on. That time Patterson pushes it a little bit better underneath the arm of Christmas. But a phenomenal soft touch from Andrew.
Really great body there.
On the A-net, it'll be Littman to serve. Vanderhoof.
Wow.
With a great jam serve, but Christmas diving on two. Pushes it just barely off the net.
And Christmas has been hitting these on twos, and they just catch Clemson off guard. They don't know how to react to it in time. And that one in diving fashion.
And Littman, another ace to open things up for his serving run in Game 3. Shelby Vanderhoof continuing the excitement into Game 3 of the co-ed match. That excitement might be what Bryson Patterson needs to get things cooking.
Littman with an array of fakes, but couldn't find the net on that serve. He'll have second serve coming up, leading 2-1.
Patterson to serve to Christmas. That one just lips high, as we saw a great hold from Noah Baynard off a wide righty cut from Littman. Looks like Littman might have took that ball to the groin. He'll take a knee and try to breathe that one off.
Some smiles coming from him. Looks like he'll be all right, just needs a breather. So back to co-ed.
Patterson with a wide righty step out. Christmas will play that. And a quick diving pull shot from Christmas as he dives over the no-hit zone into Vanderhoof. Christmas kept that one low and away from Bryson Patterson.
It looks like he might be feeling those dives a little bit, though, wincing a tiny bit after that one. He's just doing such a great job of handling these uncomfortable positions, using his athleticism, stretching out, and somehow always finding the net on these putaways.
So Christmas serving, righty cut, Patterson ups it though. With a big righty swing right into the body of Christmas. Puts that one away. Now it's Vanderhoof to serve. The swing to Nicky Wong is a good one. Big righty jam from Vanderhoof. Aces Texas. And eliminates the deficit. Ties it back up, 4-all. Nikhil Anantha. No touch righty reverse on Griffin Sisk.
That step
Huge
out
swing
serve,
from Anantha.
absolutely disgusting. He's stepping out. The receiver, maybe he's thinking he's going to cut with that. It's tough to know how wide he can get those serves, but he just goes the opposite direction. Amazing reverse cut.
So Anantha steps out left. Serving again. Another huge ace from Anantha. This time it's the cut. Littman cheating for a reverse after that previous swing from Anantha, and Nikhil said, okay, I'll go the other way. So Texas leading 5-3 on the A-net. Another righty cut, and it's another no-touch ace. Make it 3 in a row for Nikhil Anantha.
And that serve, you can tell on the second serve, he didn't put as much power on it as he has before, but just so much spin on that serve. And now Clemson has an answer. They put it away to stop the bleeding, down 4-6. The ball back in Owen Littman's hands.
And a hitting error from Nikki Wong after a pretty buttery set from Andrew Christmas. Gives a break to Clemson. Now they lead 6-5. Littman serving. Ooh. And Bryson Patterson. My goodness. No touch ace on Andrew Christmas. Puts them up a full break. Now Littman on the A net. No touch lefty. Everyone on Clemson just going crazy right now.
Absolutely unbelievable. And it seems like in these matchups, when one squad starts doing good, the other one. And there's Patterson on fire with a righty cut, acing Wong.
The Tigers just can't be stopped right now, Bennett.
Another
Owen Littman, a huge righty cut. But what a hold from Texas. Anantha shot that set right at the left hip of Baynard. But Baynard used some good, quick footwork to put that one on and away. And Andrew Christmas with a nice lefty off-net hit to end the run of Bryson Patterson. Baynard's lefty swing lips up. Texas leading on the A net 7-5. Baynard's second serve coming up. Back on the co-ed net. Andrew Christmas faking right, left, drops. It's a good one, but Patterson's there. And he hits it hard and away. And Vanderhoof is stoked about it. Now it'll be Griffin Sisk to serve on the A net towards Anantha. Trailing 6-7. Down the full break. He goes for a lefty cut. Anantha's there, but they won't play it just high.
Could be a questionable call here from Baynard, opting not to play it. We'll see if it was worth it.
Griffin Sisk, righty reverse, jams up Anantha. Anantha calling side. Griffin Sisk disagreeing. The observer not in the right spot. Well, I shouldn't say not in the right spot. In the right spot to call high, but not in the spot to call side. That reverse off the left hand of Anantha, and he will hit it far and away from the Tigers' defense. On the co-ed net, Shelby Vanderhoof starting to take over. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Anantha with a wide righty cut, but Sisk is there. Anantha runs down for the touch, but Noah Baynard not able to set it.
A little uncomfortable on that touch there from
like
Anantha.
Struggled to locate the ball for a bit. Couldn't quite get in the right position. Now Wong to serve for Texas on co-ed. She misses that second one. So the ball back in the hands of Patterson. Patterson and Littman both serving right now for Clemson. That's a solid righty cut. Christmas will try to call high, and it's a successful call, no disagreement. Wide step out to the right. That's a huge serve from Patterson, but Christmas butters up Nikki Wong. However, Vanderhoof is there, and she misses the net with the hit. Another hitting error there from Shelby Vanderhoof. Means Texas will hold. It's in the hands of Andrew Christmas. As Littman with a nice push shot on the A-net.
Splits the defense.
So it'll be Griffin Sisk to serve. Down 8-9, the Tigers are.
Wow. And
Patterson swinging onto from a good 5 feet off the net. Unreal stuff from Patterson.
And correcting the scoreboard a bit there in the co-ed matchup, we have 8-12 in favor of Clemson. If you're Texas, you know that you need to win both of these games. Got to start finding some breaks here. Maybe Christmas with that righty cut seemed to have worked before, but we'll see if they can generate some here.
So Vanderhoof will step out. Tap this one on to Christmas, who easily pulls it away. And Patterson trying to call rim. And Texas obviously disagreeing as they assumed they had won the point. The observers will meet up. And it will be called rim. Andrew Christmas is in disbelief. Both observers seeing rim, agreeing with Bryson Patterson.
And that is a huge call at a crucial point in the game. Tough to see from our angle, but the observers must have felt strong enough that they could tell it was a rim.
And on the A-net, Owen Littman missing the net with the hit. Texas leading 12-8 now in that third game. And another disagreement on co-ed. Andrew Christmas pleading with observers. Not sure about what. Oh, it looks like there's some disagreement about who should be serving for Clemson. Trying to figure things out here. Now the observers conferring with
And
Jacob
Anantha
Ryan.
with a huge righty cut in the A game. Texas is pulling the A game out right now in this A matchup. We have
Longhorns pulling away.
inverse scores over here. 8-13 in co-ed in favor of Clemson, and Texas leading 13-8 in the A matchup.
No, Nantha will go for lefty reverse, it looks like, but Littman handles it easily and then pushes it right through the defense. Stops the bleeding. Now Vanderhoof with a big serve to Christmas, and his lefty push easily away. So it's a 14-9 lead in co-ed and a 13-9 lead for Texas on A. Littman taking some deep breaths. Steps out to the right, faking both ways. Righty cut wide, but Anantha gets to it. Then the righty push into Littman's hand. Owen can't get it up. It's a great hold for Texas there. If Texas holds on to this 14-9 lead on the A-net, then the game 3 of the co-ed series will be the ultimate decider. Nice touch there from Noah Baynard, but can't run it down to complete the soft touch. A double fault from Patterson puts the ball into the hands of Andrew Christmas, trailing 10-15. A lot of work to be done for the Longhorns here. Patterson swinging on 2 again. Vanderhoof and Patterson are both lit up right now, Bennett.
Absolutely. We saw Patterson, you mentioned earlier, a little bit more calm, reserved at the beginning of this series, but now in this crucial game 3, showing the emotions, letting it fly there, getting hyped as they're pulling away and possibly delivering Clemson to the promised land.
And I love it, Bennett. How often you get to play in the semifinals of the College National Championship?
Well, I would guess it wouldn't be that many times. Probably only as many years as you're in college.
Anantha, lefty no-touch ace on Owen Littman.
Goodness gracious.
And Anantha is fired up. 16-10 lead now for the Longhorns on the A-net.
He is serving heat this game.
So Nicky Wong will step out, serving to Patterson. Vanderhoof sets him up, and the backhand is upped by Wong, but she can't quite get to it for the set. Impressive defense there from Wong. The touch was just barely out of reach.
And the clock ticking down for Texas in this co-ed matchup. Not much time to figure out how they're going to get these breaks back.
And another defensive opportunity for Clemson. Looks like Patterson's hit was off the leg of Christmas and onto the net, but Patterson arguing that Christmas was in the no-hit zone when he was playing defense, but won't get the call.
It didn't look like he was. I think he avoided it somehow. Usually that's very difficult to do, trying to body the hit. And wow! A disgusting righty cut from Christmas.
Patterson calling high. Going to go to the observer, and it is called high. And Vanderhoof is excited about that call, to say the least. Christmas has a defensive opportunity here. Pushes it into the body of Vanderhoof, who can't get it up.
And he gets that break right back.
With the Texas A team leading 17-11 now in their game 3. Looks like, make that 12-17 after that Lippman put away. It looks like this squad matchup, this semifinals, is going to come down to the winner of this co-ed net. And Christmas and Nikki Wong nearly with a rough collision, but it looks like they avoided each other enough.
Just a slight miscommunication there on who's going for that second touch after a really great body, but unable to convert, and that's one they would have loved to have.
Noah Beinert running about 40 feet off the net to get that touch, but the set from Anantha is no good. So that'll be Clemson's point. That'll make it, I believe, 13-17. Looks like on the co-ed net there's some disagreement about where people should be standing and who's serving, but I think they've come to an agreement. Shelby Vanderhoof to serve, up 18-13. Wong will play it. Christmas swings on 2. Patterson can't quite get there for the touch. So the smart shot from Andrew Christmas means it's back to a 4-point lead as Nikki Wong will serve back to Vanderhoof. The two-handed receive is off net from Vanderhoof, and the diving set from Patterson.
And that is huge.
Way off the net.
Absolutely huge from Wong, getting the break when they need it most.
Now it's 15-18, still in favor of Clemson. Wong serving to Patterson this time. Off the back pocket, Patterson opting not to play. And she'll just tap on the second serve with a spinny drop. Christmas soft touch, but Wong can't get it back onto the net. Patterson swung at that ball from his knees as he had to dive to the ground to get to the drop serve and then didn't have time to get onto his feet. Impressive athletic stuff there from Bryson. Now he has a great opportunity to close out this game. It's 19-15. That's a wide righty cut. He says, we'll see ya, but it gets called high. Some early celebrations from Patterson.
It looks like we have Clemson, nope, Texas in the A matchup, calling a timeout.
Yeah, Clemson going on a bit of a run thanks to some Owen Lippman serving. It's a 15-18 game with Clemson still trailing there. Now ball in the hands of Christmas. It's a huge righty cut past Vanderhoof. That's extremely clutch from Andrew Christmas. 17-19 now. It's just a 2-point game. Go for righty cut again, but it's off the front rim. Tigers choose not to play. Christmas steps out wide right again. It's a wide cut. Vanderhoof sets him well, though, and there's a nice backhand hit from Patterson. And they're fired up.
And that puts them at match point. 1 point away from advancing.
Game point for Clemson. If they win this point, they're in the finals. First serve off the front rim from Vanderhoof. All the pressure on Wong and Christmas right now. Vanderhoof's second serve. She taps it on. Christmas will pull it away onto past Patterson. So now ball to Nikki Wong, down 18-20. Will she step up to the plate? Her first swing lands underneath the net. Nikki Wong will just tap on the second serve. Vanderhoof pulling it away, advancing Clemson onto the finals. of the college national championship as the Tigers storm the field.
They are so fired up. What an experience.
These Tigers are ecstatic. Heartbreaking loss last year in the quarterfinals. They were projected to advance all the way to the finals last year, but they're going to do it this time. And it looks like on the A-net, they don't think they'll bother to finish the game, or maybe they will.
Texas reeling with the fact of defeat right now. Their A squad about to win in game 3, but the effort just not enough, as co-ed was not able to take it. What a run by Texas, though. You have to give them credit. After dropping the first 2 matches, to come back and make this such an exciting semifinals to watch. Really couldn't ask for much more. Great stuff from both squads.
And it looks like on the A-net they will finish out the game with Texas leading that one 18-16. Bryson Patterson and Shelby Vanderhoof rising up to the moment. I mean, it doesn't get much of a bigger stage than that. And they came in clutch. So Littman will step out to the right, the swing reverse, misses the net again. This game will not mean anything as to who will advance to the finals, with Clemson already clinching that spot. But the players late in game 3 have to imagine that they didn't want to leave this series unfinished. Now Baynard stepping out left, will swing lefty jam, and it goes right past Griffin Sisk for an ace. But the excitement for Texas has died down.
And Northeastern patiently awaiting to play Clemson in the finals, coming up here soon after we wrap up this game 3.
Now it's game point for the Longhorns. Baynard's first serve off the front rim. He'll drop this one. Owen Littman handles it easily and rips a pull shot away. Make it 17-20. Griffin Sisk up to serve now. He needs 3 breaks to keep Clemson in it. Sisk steps out right. Swings righty cut. It's wide. Anantha athletic enough to get there and then puts it away to take game 3 and win that series. So the Longhorns make it a 3-2 score differential here in the semifinals. But nonetheless, those 3 points from Clemson enough to clinch their spot in the finals, and they'll take on the Northeastern Huskies in what should be a very exciting matchup. We're going to take a quick break. Maybe not so quick, actually, my partner's telling me. We'll take a break for about 15 minutes as these players will rest, get some water, grab a bite to eat, and prepare for the finals of the Spikeball College National Championship. The College Spikeball National Championship here in the finals. I'm Henry Pilliard alongside Bennett Anderson. Bennett entering into the first wave of these matches in this finals matchup between the Northeastern Huskies and the Clemson Tigers. We'll have the B teams facing off and the women's teams facing off. Our focus on the stream will be on the B teams, but we'll also have the women's games up at some point as well in a split stream. Bennett entering into these finals. It's a 5-team format, obviously, between these two schools. A, B, C, all 3 are open teams, and then there's a co-ed team and then a women's team. All 5 teams face off against each other. Whichever school wins 3 or more games is the victor. All 5 games obviously being worth the same number of points. So the A worth the same as the C, worth the same as the co-ed, worth the same as the women's teams. So all teammates rooting each other on, supporting each other equally. It's a really fun format. A lot of excitement between both of these schools. We saw in the semifinals, both schools performed very well. As we see Branson Epps start off with a bang in this final matchup, and they'll take a quick 2-0 lead. But Bennett, part of the fun in a tournament like this, in the College National Championship, is the excitement and everyone just getting to root for each other and cheer each other on from the sidelines.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a great body of people here gathered to watch this championship matchup between 2 great schools who have fought super hard, spending all of yesterday in pool play throughout the bracket. Out of 16 Division I schools to make it here, the finals, the championship where everyone dreams of being, and now we just have to see who's going to rise to the occasion, who is here to play, and who wants to win this thing.
And in the B matchup, we have from Northeastern, Charles Tipton and Brian Grulon going up against Branson Epps and Stephen Jones. We showed on stream earlier, put on a serving clinic against Texas. Then on the women's net for Northeastern, it's Hannah Riddell and Abby Lamontagne taking on Maddie Huffstetler and Grace Lambert. On the B net, Stephen Jones up to serve. The ambidextrous server will go righty cut, and it's upped by Charles Tipton. Will swing high and away with his right hand to make it a 1-point game, 2-3, the Northeastern trails. Grulon stepping out to his left, goes for a huge lefty swing that just clips the rim.
Grulon opting to wear the cowboy hat in these finals. A bold decision, but however you play best.
Tipton running this one down from deep. The set's not great from Grulon, and Tipton unable to get it back on. And that's what we're going to see a lot of in these finals from the Huskies. Northeastern known year after year for their strong defense. They're all super athletic. They know where to be. Just very intellectual players. And we saw it there, Charles Tipton immediately running one down and getting a touch. Unable to convert, but I'm sure we'll see some conversions on defense for them moving forward. So it's a 4-2 lead for Clemson now as Epps steps up to serve against Grulon. This righty jam handled well by Grulon, and the big lefty pull from the southpaw is far.
And early on in this matchup with these B teams, you can see Northeastern setting the ball super well, making these putaways easy for them. Not letting Clemson get a ton of defense so far. Still very early, but close. 3-4 in favor of Clemson right now.
And on the women's net, also 3-4 in favor of Clemson. But Northeastern with a defensive chance here, and they'll convert. Abby Lamontagne putting it away on 2 with a nice righty flick after Grace Lambert's receive ended up coming off of the net. Now Stephen Jones with a great righty cut. Now he gets a body up off of Tipton's off-net hit. And Epps, diving wrap, puts it away to give Clemson a great defensive break. Puts them up 6-3 now.
And we saw Jones get excited in the semifinals. He's bringing that same energy here, already landing some big serves. And it's really good when you can, in a matchup like this, the biggest stage, find some confidence early on, land some good ones, find some breaks. And we see him doing it on both ends, offense, serving, and defense.
And on the women's net, we see Hannah Riddell serving against Lambert. Riddell, the strong lefty, goes for a low serve there, but it hits the front rim. So that game's tied up. That serve from Lambert will lip up high over the head of Riddell. Back on the B net, Epps stepping out to his right. Goes for a wide righty cut off the front rim. Clemson up 7-4. And Riddell with a nice lefty put away on the women's net. Northeastern up 6-5 on the women's side. Lamontang righty cut, lips high. Back over on the B net. Tipton steps out left. His jam upped by Epps. The flick is low, and Tipton can't get to that touch from Grulon to set him up. Grulon had to dive to the ground to get to it and just pulled it back a little bit too far away from Tipton. On the women's side, things are knotted up at 6 apiece. Maddie Huffstetler to serve. This is her second serve. She steps out right, goes for a quick drop, but it's short into the front rim. And Hannah Riddell will have another chance to serve. As Stephen Jones rips a righty cut past Brian Grulon. A no-touch ace for Jones means Clemson's lead is now stretched to 4 points at 9-5.
Just unbelievable how wide he can get on those serves. And as a receiver, I mean, you saw it in the semifinals. You're seeing it now. Henry, what do you think you can do to change in some way that can help receive against Stephen Jones?
I think you have to stay grounded in your neutral state. You can't jump too far either way on the fakes, because as soon as you bite on any of those fakes, you're cooked. You're toast.
He's sending it the other way. Absolutely. Good analysis.
Now Grulon to serve. Wide lefty cut. And it'll ace Epps, I believe. Stephen Jones trying to call high, but Epps is going to disagree with his partner and give Northeastern the point. Nice display of integrity there from Branson Epps. That lefty swing definitely high. Now here's Grulon's second. That one also lipping high. All back to Epps. And on the women's net, what a flick from Lamontang. After that perfect set from Riddell. That'll tie things back up 8 each. And Lamontang with a huge righty swing. That'll ace Lambert and give Northeastern a 9-8 lead.
Oh, and back on the B net, Stephen Jones gets a body up, gets the ball back on net, but then when it comes to Northeastern putting it away, unable to do it again. Northeastern takes the point. We've got 8-10.
Now Northeastern with a defensive chance on the women's net. And a great lefty wrap from Abby. Puts the ball away, extends their lead now to 10-8. Abby Lamontang feeling herself right now. On the B net, Tipton. Big lefty swing into the front rim. Stephen Jones to serve now for the Tigers. Steps out to his right, faking both ways. Lefty swing, just high. Now on the women's net, Lambert with a huge lefty hit way over the head of Hannah Riddell on Northeastern. And now Clemson with a defensive opportunity and a huge break for the Tigers. Epps rips that one away.
Incredible soft touch there by Stephen Jones, making it look easy. And that one is really crazy because he just sticks his hand out there. He doesn't even have the time to react to the hit, just being in the right spot.
As Huffstetler rips a righty ace past Riddell on the women's net. No-touch ace for Huffstetler. Ties it back up at 10 apiece. This women's game is back and forth right now. Now it's Goulon stepping out to his left. Big lefty swing, but Epps gets out to it. Now he'll swing hard with the right, but Tipton's there to get it up. And a great set from Goulon, but Tipton whiffs on the hit. Now Stephen Jones with a backhand pull, and it's gone. It's out of here. Makes it 13-9 in favor of Clemson now.
Great rally there. Good hold for Clemson. Winning those is crucial. Those are the rallies that can really go either way. It's just about who wants it more.
Now Epps swinging, lefty cut, looked good, but it just glances off the front rim. And Lambert with a cheeky drop. No Huskies in sight for that one. That makes it 11-all. Two different games right now. On the B net, Clemson taking control, have a 4-point lead. The women's net back and forth, each team getting a break here and there, and it's tied up currently. And there's a collision between Epps and Goulon. Goulon's okay. Hopefully Epps is as well, and he's on his feet. Slightly gimpy, but looks to be walking it off.
It seems like they're talking about possibly redoing that point. I'm not too sure why they would do that, as Goulon was able to get his hit on net, put it away, and ran into Epps on his follow-through. But a little conversation going on now. We'll see what they decide.
Still discussing how to handle this situation. It seems like they might redo it. Epps will serve again. On the women's net, Lamontagne with a wide lefty cut. But Huffstetler handles it perfectly and rips a righty push shot past Riddell. Perfect play from Huffstetler.
Lambert with a tough set there.
Epps faking both ways. Goulon biting, but the righty cut up by Goulon. And a nice push flick with the left hand from Brian Goulon after the diving set from Charles Tipton. Well played there by the Huskies. And Huffstetler with another big swing. And it'll be a service break for the Tigers.
Just a little too much pressure for the Huskies to handle there on that serve.
So the Tigers up 13-12 on the women's side. And a wide righty cut. Aces Riddell. My goodness, Maddie Huffstetler. Wasting no time, stepping up once again to serve to Lamontagne. And that one looked good as well, but it just hits the front rim.
And a double fault by Huffstetler. Gives the ball back to Northeastern.
And a huge service break there from Hannah Riddell to tie things back up. It's 14 apiece now for those teams. Now shifting back to the B net. Branson Epps to serve. Clemson's up 14-11. Goes for righty reverse, and it's perfect. That one didn't get above the knees of Brian Goulon.
Just disgusting. Absolutely filthy from Branson Epps.
But can't quite get it back. What a hold there from Charles Tipton. And the women's side, Grace Lambert gets an on-one with an arm of God, and now puts it away. And Grace Lambert is more fired up than anyone I've seen, with Northeastern calling rim on her hit, though. Lots of disagreement, and they're going to have to redo it. Tight call there. Grace Lambert still fired up, though. Huffstetler keeping her head up.
I mean, that is a highlight reel play for Lambert right there. Gets the on one and the touch the next time around.
And now Stephen Jones trying for a crazy soft touch, but can't quite get the set back to the net.
And Jones has been close on a couple of these.
On the women's side, it's a 15-14 lead for Clemson. Grace Lambert stepping out right to serve. She taps it on for her second. Lamontang puts it right through the arms of Lambert to tie it back up, 15 each. This women's game just continuously back and forth.
And a drop from Grulon gives a service break to Northeastern. Much needed as Clemson was starting to pull away a little bit. Now we got a close game here as well, 14-17.
Now Grulon steps out to his left. Goes for another drop. That one looked good as well, just hits the front rim. And a hitting error for Clemson on the women's side. Grace Lambert putting one into the rim to give Northeastern an easy break. As Branson rips that one away. Extends their lead to back to 18-14. Now Branson stepping out to his left. Faking both ways. His lefty cut just hits the front rim. Grulon looked to be beat on that one as he jumped for the righty fake. Charles Tipton is there. Grulon, it looked like he had to hit on that third touch as the ball glanced off of his chest on its way up into the air. And a great break there for Clemson. Makes it a 19-14 lead, just 2 points away from clinching game one. Charles Tipton ripping that lefty well past the defense. Stephen Jones trying to run it down, but can't quite get there. And on the women's side, looks like Northeastern coming alive, up 18-16 now. Hannah Riddell serving towards Huffstetler.
Important to note, all of these games will be best of 3 matchups, 221. With no hard cap, so these teams can play up to however many points it takes to win by 2.
And Stephen Jones with a diving hit on 2, perfectly placed to give Clemson game point. On the women's side, ball in the hands of Lambert now for Clemson, down 17-18. Her first serve lips high over Lamontang. Now she steps out right for her second, taps it on. Lamontang now with a big righty pull over the head of the deep Huffstetler. Now back on the B net. Brian Grulon ripping that ball through the defense. Looked like Stephen Jones got a hand on it. Not quite good enough though. So Grulon will serve, down 16-20. Needs a break here. First serve into the rim.
And Grace Lambert with a huge hit, putting it right over LaFontaine. Sorry, not that.
Lamontang.
Lamontang, thank you.
And looks like that'll be game on the B net. Clemson completes step 1 en route to the national championship, taking game 1 in that B series. So we'll shift over to the women's net now. With Clemson trailing 18-19. Huffstetler swinging right. And it's perfect. A wide righty cut. Riddell thinking high, but Lamontang saying no, that one was clean. So a clutch ace there from Huffstetler. Ties it back up, 19-all. Hufstetler steps out right. Swings for another righty cut. That one just going high over the shoulders of Lamontagne. Steps out once more. This one's wide, and it's perfect. But Lamontagne gets it back on, but a defensive opportunity. Oh, my goodness. Riddell with the diving set after Lamontagne's leaping touch. Lamontagne tried to leap for the flick onto the net, but couldn't quite put it onto that nylon. So now it's a 20-19 lead for Clemson all of a sudden. Hufstetler steps out to the right. That swing lipping over the head of Riddell. Hufstetler searching endlessly for a ball she wants to use. She finds one. Steps out right for her second serve. Puts it on. Riddell hit into the rim. And Clemson takes game one in both the B and women's matchups. What a comeback for the Tigers, serving down 18-19. And they rip off 3 breaks in a row to take game one. Clutch serving there from Maddie Hufstetler. And we'll be back with game twos after a quick break for the Spikeball National Championship. Clemson Tigers grabbing both of the 2 game ones that we just witnessed on the B net as well as the women's net. On the B net, we saw Stephen Jones and Branson Epps use their serving to get out to an early lead, and then it just never wavered. On the women's side, a back-and-forth game led to a Northeastern 19-18 lead with the ball in the hands of Maddie Hufstetler before she rattled off 3 breaks to clinch game 1 of that series. Bennett, what do you expect to see from the B net here with Branson Epps up to serve? What do you look for from Northeastern to turn things around?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, obviously they're going to have to be able to handle some of these really good serves. I think Clemson is no stranger to seeing good serves, returning them, making it tough to break. So if they can get the receive good, I think that would be the key to their success. It would frustrate Clemson a bit, but Clemson is also no stranger to doing well in the beginning. We saw in the semifinals they took both matches in the first lefty cut.
Just absurd there from Brian Goulon. Widest lefty cut we've seen from this series. Perfect past Stephen Jones. The hold for the Tigers. On the women's side, both teams still huddling up off net. Steps out right, faking both ways. That righty cut. It's going to be over the shoulders of Tim. This time steps out left, faking both ways again. Lefty cut into the front. 3-1 lead for Northeastern. And Epps swinging on to
front rim there and taking an unfortunate bounce that made it very.
Goes for a righty cut. And it's absolutely absurd from Branson Epps. Wider than Goulon. 3-all.
The championship match here. Each of these games as important as the others.
Grulon steps out left. Goes for a righty cut this time. 1 second. He'll take some pace off it. And a great up from Grulon. He'll go for the soft touch. Tipton puts it into the body of Jones, who swings off net with the left. And the poor set for... So Grulon to serve again, this time to Epps. Some misses on that lefty cut. Steps out for his second serve. But it's something I think is fun is you mentioned the cowboy hat for Grulon, but also the cowboy hat for Hannah Riddell, a pink cowboy hat of her own. So Northeastern rocking a bit of a Southern look right now despite being a Boston school.
Yeah, it's super fun to see, and all the players kind of taking their own style with it. Having a lot of fun out here.
Taking control at that point. Putting that one away with a nice pull shot. And back on B, Stephen Jones faking. Misses that lefty cut well off the net. And Hannah Riddell with an ace on the women's side. Huge service break there for the Huskies. Gives them a 4-3 lead in the women's net. Now Tipton to serve. He steps out. Feigns right, then goes left. Off the front rim. Clemson not going to play that one. Tipton steps right this time, goes for a righty drop, and it's perfect. Tipton just kind of pokes it out onto the net.
And Northeastern doing a great job this game, taking control early on. Really, really good way to start out.
And this is another nice serve from Tipton. Clemson won't be able to get it back onto the net. It's another service break from Charles Tipton. On the women's side, Maddie Huffstetler with a great diving flick to put it away past LaMontagne. 5-4 lead now for the Clemson Tigers on the women's net. Now Tipton swinging again. Misses wildly that time. The second serve is on. Not a great serve set from Epps. Means Northeastern has a defensive chance here. And they'll take advantage of it. Make it a 9-4 lead for Northeastern. Charles Tipton seems unstoppable right now. And it seems like Northeastern's higher serve percentage is doing wonders for them in this game too. The lefty reverse is well done, but Branson Epps with a phenomenal flick shot as he dives to his right side to stop the bleeding.
And Lampert with an incredible little drop. Defense was not expecting that at all. Just puts it on the side.
That gives the Tigers 6-5 lead. Huffstetler serving to Riddell. And Epps with a huge reverse to give Clemson a nasty break. Epps doing what he can to bring them back in it. And on the women's side, Huffstetler with a massive righty swing cuts that one way past Riddell. Clemson now up 7-5 on the women's net. Huffstetler swinging, this time to LaMontagne. She steps out right, goes for another cut, but misses this time. Now here's Huffstetler, her second swing on LaMontagne off the front rim. That'll end the run. Makes it 6-7, still in favor of the Tigers. Now back on the B net. We have Brian Grulon serving.
And Riddell absolutely gapping Lambert. Coming back after that Huffstetler ace, getting a break of her own. Super impressive. She puts some power behind those serves. Makes it very tough to receive.
But that break still clutch to get them back within the mini. Huge swing there from Lambert, handled well by LaMontagne over the head of Lambert. Branson Epps to serve. Steps out to his left. Goes lefty cut, and it's absolutely unfathomable. Branson Epps, that lefty cut just electrifying the crowd today.
And when he does that toss with the same hand, it just lets him get so wide. And on the women's side, an amazing soft touch play. Clemson coming away with a point. 9-8 lead, and there's an ace from Huffstetler.
Huffstetler, just what are the weaknesses? I mean, how do you defend that, Bennett?
It is actually
two Clemson aces at the exact same time. Drop ace from Huffstetler and a reverse no touch from Branson Epps as Northeastern calls a timeout on both nets.
Clemson is hitting on all cylinders right now, putting the pressure on Northeastern.
Huffstetler getting Clemson out to an 11-8 lead on the women's net, and Branson Epps bringing the Tigers back into the match on the B side, knotting things up at 11 each.
Next grade global sport.
Potential for Spikeball is limitless. There will be sponsors. There will be professional players.
It will be the next great global sport.
12-9 now. That's going way out there. Hamilton keeping it alive.
Clemson Tigers firing on all cylinders, Bennett. Branson Epps up to serve once again, looking to take the lead after Northeastern led by 3. Branson Epps doing everything he can to put the Tigers on his back, but that double fault will put the ball in the hands of Grulon.
Northeastern hoping that by Jones, and they get the hold.
Jones swinging from 3 feet off and just rips it over the head of Grulon. Now on the women's side, Huffstetler opting for a lefty swing that goes into the front rim. And now Tipton for a diving set. Not quite good enough. Angry with himself. Grulon couldn't get it onto the net. And it's another service break from Clemson. This time it's Jones working his magic.
And, you know, a lot of the times when you're playing these intense games, you just kind of hope to get. There's no break for Northeastern when receiving.
Now a nice receive from Tipton, but a great defensive touch from Epps. And Jones is set. Hits the net, but can't come off.
Epps looked like he was maybe hoping to see if that set would just hit the net and bounce off, but
Righty cut there. Puts it into the ground in front of the net, though. And on the women's side, Abby LaMontagne with a massive righty push shot through the defense of the Tigers. Now on the B net, Grulon continues serving, this time against Branson Epps. Lefty jam there. Epps is just barely receiving it, but Jones is set. Doesn't get back to the net. Branson's diving effort isn't quite enough. So it's another break for Northeastern. Trailing 13-15.